is made up that she is a daughter of God.
Also, this chapel built for this goddess because Queen Hatshepsut, she were caring for her because she will take care of the queen because she will born as a holy daughter. Should be this goddess take care of her, not her mother.
Unfortunately, they have robbed the queen because the king after her didn't want to her pictures on there. He put his own carvings on there to be his king. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Mashup Travel. And as you know, at the moment I am doing an Egypt tour. I have shown you the pyramid. If you go back on my channel, you will be able to see some videos on the pyramids of Giza, and then I also took you to Cairo Museum and showed you some mummies there. In my previous episodes, you can also see that I took you to some muqams like Maqam of Imam Shahi or Jalaluddin Suyuti and the Mosque of Ibn Talun. And also I have took you and showed you a castle of Salahuddin Ayyubi in Cairo. Today we are in Luxor. There's so many temples in Luxor to choose from, but we only chose 3 main temples to visit. So today I am taking you the first one of them. This temple I am taking you is going to be the Maturidi temple of the Queen Hatshepsut. She was a queen who was a pharaoh as well, and there is a very interesting story behind it because I never knew there was a queen who was also a pharaoh. First of all, you buy the tickets, which were 240 Egyptian pounds per adult and 120 Egyptian pound per child. And to get to the main temple, you have to sit in one of these golf carts. They will take you around to the temple in the heat, so you do not have to walk in the sun. Let's go and I'll show you around what it is all about. Assalamu alaikum and good morning from Luxor, guys. Today we are doing the tour of the royal tombs of pharaohs and the ancient Egypt kings and queens. And the first one we will be taking you to is of a queen, actually. Yes, the ancient Egypt also had a queen who was a king. It's a story behind it, how she became the king, because of course women was not supposed to be kings in the ancient Egypt. King did not had any sons, so she had to become a queen, and what they did do is made it up that she is a daughter of God. I am showing you this site which is of a queen. You will be seeing all these things around. There was another temple which was 4,000 years before this temple, which was destroyed in the earthquake.
This is the Sphinx Avenue.
Yes. Oh.
We know this is the queen because the cartouche in the middle, this is her name.
Ah.
Hatshepsut, Miri Emin, Hatshepsut, the beloved of the god Amon.
The sun court of the temple. It is a bit on a height. This is the second level. The first level was closed for restoration, and this is the second level, and then there's another level which is on top. And these stairs and stuff, they are of course been made afterwards.
This is the cow goddess Hasor.
So the Greeks adopted the culture, their religion, their way of life as well.
Greek Roman.
Yeah.
And this is the Queen Hatshepsut. She's sitting, passes her hand to the cow Hasor or the goddess Hasor, just taking the blessing from the goddess cow. Okay. Also, very important symbols in ancient times. Look at the cave life, the column of stability. Also, this chapel built for this goddess because Queen Hatshepsut, she were caring for her because she will take care of the queen because she will born as a holy daughter. Should be this goddess take care of her, not her mother. Human figure, in a human figure, he has ears like cow and human face.
Yeah, I get it.
Very important scene for Hasor in a chapel inside. Hatshepsut, she is taking the milk directly from
I see that. Yeah,
the
she's
goddess
under the
Hasor.
other.
So we see here the farmers, the Egyptians, the common people, the soldiers, the army, the boats. This is when the trading goods expedition, it's finally back from Bond country with lots of goods to Egypt to satisfy and offering to the god Amon. The Egyptians, they are celebrating. So you can see the musicians,
dancing,
the farmers. This is the army, he makes security for the festival. And also one of the soldiers, he is looked behind him too, watching this too. They are dancing and he's smiling. Look at his face, his cheeks, he's smiling. This is art. Look at the farmers, they just carry the wheat spice to celebrating the trading goods expedition. Look at the boat. It's back full of goods from Bond country. All the scenes here for the queen doing some rituals, but King Thutmose III, the stepson of the queen Hatshepsut, removed the name of the queen Hatshepsut and put his cartouche here.
Where's that?
This is the cartouche. Look at the
two round.
Yeah, two round. This is the coronation name and this is the royal name. In Karnak, I will read it for you. Okay. This is like this. This is called Karnak. This is called Ankh, and this is called Jit, and this is called Was. Ancient language. Okay. What is mean? This is Ankh. It's mean the symbols of eternity.
Okay.
And this is the spine cord of the god Osiris. Jit, it's represent resurrection and stability. The stick, the wooden stick with the jackal head, this is represent power. So we have the half moon, it's called Nib. Nib, it's mean all. All. So Nib, Ankh, Jit, Was, all, eternity, stability, power, reference to the in ancient time. So also.
So guys, this is the part where the Egyptian kings used to document. Like in them times there were no cameras or nothing. How are they going to document? They would carve on the walls showing what it was and how their land was and what they've been doing and everything else, and the outside world, how they live and where they've been. It's like 300 kilometers away from Luxor. Through the boat they will go to Sudan, which is nowadays Sudan. And if you look, that is the Nile, and there are some fish, you can see a turtle. That's the way the houses are, because they were wild animals. That's why it's a level up, and there are a ladder going there, and the trees and everything. And when they reach there, if you look at that picture there, I'm not quite sure if I can actually show you properly. They are the people of Egypt reaching the town, and that person with the hands up, like welcoming them to say, oh, where have you come from? Because there were no ideas of, they couldn't navigate or anything, and they had to guess and ask where they are from. And the picture above, that one there, if you look, that is the queen. And if you look at her, like the queen, and she's actually walking behind her husband. And the people of Egypt believe that it is probably the Queen Sheba. So let's go with the legend or the stories, what we've been hearing. And if you look at that, how there's a big boat, how that boat would get, they get into the boat and pass the river Nile, and not river Nile, actually it's the sea they would go over, and that's how they bring all the stuff across from the other lands. Unfortunately, they have robbed the queen, because the king after her didn't want her pictures on there. He put his own carvings on there to be his king, that he is the king, and he didn't want it to show that a powerful lady was once a king. So yeah, here you see the pictures on top as well, and some of it is actually rubbed off, as I said. These are shown to be henna trees. Henna trees come from the other side where they used to go, like Sudan, as I said, told. And there are some writings here, as well as, when you look at this one, they say this is the queen, whose temple this is. I always forget the name. I will put it down below. And they couldn't rub this one because she is giving offerings to the gods. You can't rub anything which is in front of God. It's a bad omen. You just could not do that. So that's why she's still there. On both sides they've been rubbed off, but this one isn't. But what the king did is took her name off and put his own name on there. Bizarre, isn't it? You look at that one, that's been scrubbed off as well, but you can still see she's holding a staff and she's wearing a double crown. Amazing. So we are going to go to the third level now. Let's see what is there. Queen Hatshepsut was an ancient Egyptian pharaoh who reigned from around 1479 to 1458 BCE. She is notable for being one of the few female pharaohs and for her successful and prosperous rule. Hatshepsut is often depicted wearing the traditional pharaoh's attire, including the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. Her reign is known for its architectural achievements, including the construction of the impressive temple of Dar el-Bahari. The artistic representation of her show a regal figure with a ceremonial beard, as was customary for pharaohs. Even though she was a woman, these depictions often emphasize her authority and divine connection.